Greetings folks, Dunman here, and welcome back to the greatest Minecraft series in this side of the galaxy. Now, for the past few episodes, we've been going on all sorts of adventures and having a lot of fun in general in our world, but this time it was time to settle down, hunker down, and build some stuff. Create some, permanent buildings. Now I'm gonna start off this episode by making some diamond armor and immediately upgrading to netherite. I have footage of me mining diamonds and netherite, but since that has to be one of the most boring footage, I'm not gonna show it. As you can tell, I was very pleased with my new upgrades and decided to pose next to Rasputin with my shiny new armor and my shiny new trident. One of the most important things we did in this episode is we put down some beds in the villager habitat and started giving them loads and loads of food so they multiply quickly. In that entire week we were on a complete grind, farming wheat, giving it to sheep so that we'd have more sheep in order to have more wool, in order to have more beds, in order to have more villagers. The sort of things everyone worries about on a day-to-day basis. After shearing the sheep, it was back to placing beds. Now here's how the game works out. The more beds you have in a place, the amount of beds is directly linked to the amount of villagers you can have, since one of the requirements of having a villager is having a bed where he can sleep. Now the real work began in the morning, where we started to terraform the entire middle section of the map. We decided to flatten it out and dub it the public area. Now I was most definitely gonna cut this part of the video out, but then I realized that sped up footage of terraformation is quite satisfying to watch. Now after a bit of terraforming, I began work on a wall. Nothing special, I just used a pattern of alternating stone and sandstone walls in order to separate our public area from the wild. After illuminating the public area with loads and loads of torches, I decided to climb up on a hill near our bases in order to get a nice look at it at night time, but I was rudely interrupted by creepers and phantoms and whatnots. But despite me being harassed by every single supernatural creature, I think it looks pretty good. Now the next morning, I began working on another massive project that I'd been thinking about, called the Artificial Plateau. For this I would have to destroy much of the land using TNT. After flattening out a fair bit of the landmass, I began work on a wall with a checkered pattern using birch and spruce. It says spruce in my script. No, I used dark oak. I can see right there I used dark oak. After hours and hours of dirt breaking, now it was time for hours and hours of dirt placing, and I filled out the entire artificial plateau with dirt. It wouldn't be the artificial plateau if I didn't do it myself, would it? Here is the very satisfying footage of me placing the last block, and then gawking at what I had created. I really quick hopped into creative mode and turned on the tick speed just to get this very satisfying footage of the grass quickly spreading across the artificial plateau. And I began work on another very special building. Now this was the Parliament building. If you didn't know, you probably didn't, we came up with a constitution for this world with multiple different laws that we must follow in a specific area. This building would be there to enforce those laws and handle court cases and all the different sort of stuff. It also holds the state treasury. Okay, so real quickly, I forgot to mention this and I lost the footage where we built these, but we also built the two public buildings, which is the annual room and the enchantment room, where anyone can just go there and use those rooms. I just thought I'd really quickly mention it here while editing this video, since it just bothers me that I don't mention them at all. Well, now that that's out of the way, enjoy this footage, this cinematic footage, I should say. I should say. This is editing me. There is no second editing. This is all gonna go in the video. Whatever. Enjoy the cinematic footage of me looking at what we've created.